Dad loved life and lived it that way. He was definitely a risk taker, and yeah, in the short amount of years he had, he lived more than most people lived. He lived carefree, and that's sort of how Debret came about. He made a decision one day that he was going to start a company. So he's passionate about cars, passion that myself and my son share. So he built up a show car, a HK Monaro, for those people out there that know it, worth squillions these days, and he swapped it for a dirty old 1-ton ute full of concrete tools, and decided one day after reading the Sunday paper he was going to start a business as a concreter. So he did. He cut out the clipping of a newspaper and rocked up at Pool World and took 2 jobs. And I remember talking to Rob, who owned Pool World, and he said that he had a bit of a concern about Dad. So he rocked up to the first job site to see brand new boxing, brand new trowels, brand new trowel machines that never touched concrete. Yeah, he had a lust for life that most people don't have, and he was well liked. And I think that the initial success of the business is definitely related to how much he loved life and what a personable bloke he was, you know. At 13, I had a strong enough back to go and help the old man. And like anybody that's father owns a business, you know, school holidays, weekends out there shoveling concrete from 13 onwards, which was good for me, because by the time I'd left school, I already had a skill set, but I didn't really want to do that. I sort of wanted to cut my own way through the world and start my own thing. So I ended up getting a job doing house slabs, and I was lucky enough that the skill set I'd acquired working on the Dad, I pretty much stepped straight into a supervisory role with a bunch of older blokes, which was also a bit of a baptism of fire. You want to learn how to rally guys and get things done in a team environment. Give a 19-year-old 4 35-year-olds to manage, you know, it's learn your skill set pretty quick. So we did that, and look, I got sick of sunburn and sick of cuts on your fingers and concrete and stuff. So in the background, I've been playing music since I was 10 as a drummer. So we thought we'd give that a crack. So at about 21, gave it all away and decided I was going to be a muso. So we did pretty well. Joined a couple of bands, toured Australia a few times, met some great people, did a few studio albums, had a great time. And then the reality of you need to make money kicks in. Unfortunately, bands are expensive hobbies. So with tail between my legs, I went back to the old man and said, hey, I'm coming home, can we organise a job? And of course he put me straight in. So he gave me a crew and I worked my way up and worked underneath him for another 6 years. Despite the constant battles that you have with your father and stuff, they're actually really good times. And he was a great concreter and actually not a terrible boss, believe it or not. So yeah, moved forward a few years. I've been working with Dad. Life was pretty good, starting to save a bit of money, one of my own crews, and like I said, they were great times, mid-20s, having a ball, still playing music on the side. And he came to us one day and unfortunately he'd been diagnosed with cancer. So the opportunity sort of arose that I'd step up into a management sort of role and run the business on a higher level again. Which is a bit serendipitous given that for the years leading up to it, I told him, give the business to me and I'll show you how to run it properly. And I had the opportunity to. So the plan was he was going to go off and get better, and fortunately with a lot of cancer, that's not the case. So it sort of put me definitely running the business and having an opportunity to do it better than him, which hopefully he's proud of us wherever he is, of where we are, the team that we've built, the guys we've got working for us, the opportunities that we're taking. I tell you what, we're getting bigger and better every day, and here's to the next 25 years.